So welcome back guys to another video, and today I'm doing a review on Johnny Rocket. Johnny Rocket is available now on the Microsoft Store, Xbox One, and Steam. It's also on the Nintendo Switch European eShop. It's going to be released later on the North American eShop, and it was published and developed by the folks at KG Game Studios and Restless Corporation, who I have to give a big shout and a huge thank you for reaching out to me on Twitter and sending a review copy to the studio. So Johnny Rocket, the story is you're playing as Johnny Rocket, and your job is to blast your way through a handful of levels and kill some crude looking Nazis. It's straight to the point, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But the gameplay is really the core of Johnny Rocket. Now, the gameplay is a run and gun shooter with a little bit of shoot 'em up action as well. You have 3 levels that you go through, and I will have to say Johnny Rocket has some things that I definitely need to address. I mean, I love the run and gun shooting genre, you know, playing games like Metal Slug and Contra, and even newer games like Cuphead. That games that have like the certain amount of difficulty and trial and error that keeps making you want to go back and do better, where Johnny Rocket tried to capture that essence, but the game has some really big broken aspects, unfortunately. I noticed when I was playing that the enemies are automatically shooting the moment they see you, and there's really no way of dodging it, because you have your, you know, shoot button, you have your jump button, you have a button that you can kind of dive head first towards low ground enemies and your movement, but there's no power-ups. There's no way to upgrade your weapons. You're kind of just stuck with this single shot blaster, and everything else kind of has like an automatic. You know, everyone else has like an M16, and you kind of have just a pew-pew pistol, and I really didn't like that too much. I was hoping I would get, you know, something more. And that's my thing about Johnny Rocket. I wish there was more to it. It was a clear indication that Johnny Rocket kind of blasted off prematurely before Countdown, because I feel like a lot of issues that this game had could have been fixed with a little bit more testing. Now, I will say there are some updates and patches coming out to it. As a matter of fact, the first time I played it, compared to the second time I played it, was a lot better because there was an update. So the game is slowly improving, but with that being said, I just don't know if this is like the game for me. It's got promise. It's made by a small developing team, so I kind of cut a little bit of slack with that, but you know, comparing it to other run and gun shooters, I feel like it could have been a lot better. Now, one of the things that I love about Johnny Rocket that I will definitely admit is the graphics and the art style. You know, we see so many indie games with that pixel retro kind of aesthetic, you know, shoveled in there, where this one here, they did something a little different. It was almost like pen and paper crude drawings that you would see in elementary school, and it brought me back to, you know, passing notes to my friends, and we would just draw various pictures and everything like that. And it has like that Booger Man, Earthworm Jim kind of feel to it, that 90s toilet humor. I mean, the power-ups you get are toilet paper rolls. At the end of every level, Johnny Rocket sits on a toilet and blasts off, and I thought that was funny. The music, there was nothing really that memorable. I know there was some parts of it that was kind of annoying, that was like constant loops, but I could look past that, you know. The graphics are really the thing that pushes this game, that gives it its own identity, because unfortunately the gameplay could have used some work. So with that being said, to give this game a score, I mean, I would have to give it a 4 out of 10. I mean, you have 3 levels. The game can be finished in about 15 minutes if you're good, but I mean, the game has so many trial and error and bugs that I found myself playing the game a lot longer than 15 minutes, admittedly, because some of the boss battles were just like, I couldn't find a certain rhythm. You know, there's some shooters that you play where you find that rhythm, you find that, you know, time measure that you have to do certain things, and Johnny Rocket didn't really have that. So I found myself dying more so than I expected, and some folks could say, oh, it's, you know, hardcore, but I think it was just broken gameplay, to be quite honest. So all in all, what do you guys think about Johnny Rocket? Leave a comment below. If you've played it on an Xbox One or you've played it on Steam, you can leave a comment. We can converse about it in the comments below. I do have some more games from Restless Core that I'm going to be reviewing in the near future. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, but also hit that bell so you're notified on all future videos that come out on this channel. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.